Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's windy out. It's really windy out. It was really chilly today morning. Whew. +4 again when I looked at the temp, but I was cold. Woke up and it's like, bunk heat on now. And then I went back to bed. It's nice and cozy by the time I woke up. 4 degrees Celsius in the morning, and now it's 21 degrees Celsius at noon. So we unloaded at Home Hardware in Creston yesterday. I quickly text dispatch. That's a lot of smoke. Wow. Why would you keep driving like that? The damage done is just going to be worse and worse damage. He actually waved. What was I saying? Oh yeah, unloaded last night. I pulled into Home Hardware at about 5 and they were still open, so I pulled into the back and sure enough they were willing to receive me, so unloaded, messaged dispatch, asked where he wanted me. He said KIW, so I drove down to Castlegar, went to Esso to get some fuel, and the fuel station was card lock. Was non-operational. It's down to 1/8 of a tank, so I think I could have made it to Grand Forks, but I went to KIW, got my load, and then went back, got my load today morning, went back to the same Esso today morning, and luckily the pumps for everything worked today morning, so that was good. We're currently in
messages.
Thanks, Colquam. I don't know why I decided to talk. Currently on Highway 97, headed southbound. We're between Orville and Omak in Washington, actually just north of Tonasket. And we're headed to, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but Clackamas, Oregon. Clackamas. Clackamas. That's my best effort. I'm sure the locals pronounce it differently. Customs asked where I was headed. I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it's Clackamas. It's just south of Portland. What are you doing, buddy? Collecting garbage, maybe? Waiting for someone? I'm not sure. I will not make it there today. I'll have to unload tomorrow. Let me think what time. Probably around 10 a.m. My guess is tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be unloading. And then I'll have just enough time to get a load and get probably something like malarkey shingles coming back up. And that load I'll get partway back, but I won't make it to the border. So Friday afternoon I'll deliver that load of shingles presumably. Load at Klesnikov. And head home. Might run out of hours. I might run out of hours on Friday. I may be doing some driving on Saturday. We'll see. That is my guess right now. Corn's looking pretty good. And there's apple trucks and trucks and trucks full of apples driving around all over the place. Apple harvest is going well. That's interesting. They got the trailer attached to the front of the tractor. Very interesting. That cloud to the very, very right over there, that looks more like smoke than a cloud. Very uniquely different than the rest of the clouds. Hopefully it's not smoke, but it might be. Well, that apple orchard, same with this one here, looks bare. There's one or two apples hanging here or there, but they've been picked clean. And they pick every apple. Oh, this one still's got lots of apples. They pick every apple, good or bad. Every apple gets picked and thrown in the bin and then gets sorted. All the really big apples get thrown into the juice bin. All the damaged apples get thrown into the juice bin. So all the juice gets made out of the junk apples or the abnormally large apples. Because the general public would go, what's wrong with that apple? Why is it so big? Apples get much bigger than the ones we buy in stores. Depending on the apple tree, obviously. But they can get much bigger. Just unloading in Yakima, was that yesterday? Yeah, unloading in Yakima yesterday. Was it the day before yesterday? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. Looking at their juice bin, there were some huge apples in there. That Mexican food restaurant's always busy. It's only like 2 o'clock and there's cars there. So during their slow time there's cars. It is hot in here. Is the AC not going? I don't know, ever since the last servicing I haven't just been able to run the fan. I always thought that the fan AC was somehow getting into the fan, because every time I was running the fan it felt like the AC was going, but now I have to actually turn the AC on. Pretty busy downtown, lots of cars. Gotta watch for those door boppers. Straight into the sun? How is that possible? I guess as the days are getting shorter, the sun's getting down lower in the sky during the day as well. So if we're headed south, we will be driving into the sun. I'm just not used to this. Way station closed. I've never seen this way station open. And my fear is I will drive by it all of a sudden when it is open and I'm not paying 100% attention. So I try to go to my way to read those signs, even if I suspect it is going to be closed. That sign say hitchhiking permitted. Strange sign to have. Let's hit the hours of service button.
Messages. Home. Messages.
Nice thing is with my Qualcomm, there's buttons on the dashboard I can just click while riding.
1 hour and 45 minutes of remaining drive time.
1 hour and 45 minutes of remaining drive time. Then I have to take a half-hour break, and then I can continue driving after that. How many hours am I allowed to drive after that? 3 hours? I think I'm allowed to drive 3 hours after that. Might be a little more than 3 hours because of my on-duty time. Might be 4 hours because tarping and loading, and it took well over an hour, so might be over 4 hours. I'm gonna have to go 4.5 hours. That's my final guess. 4.5 hours after I take my half-hour break. If I wasn't find a good place to take a break, I'll do that. If I can get to Dry Falls before I run out of hours, that'd be a good place for a break. Will I make it that far? I don't know. I'll find out. It was definitely trickier getting my load loaded without having fuel in my tanks. Had to go do the math on how much my fuel weighs, take that off my current weight, or add that to my current weight, how much, when I add the fuel, how much more weight I will be at. When the math was slightly off, I could have taken a little bit more lumber. Just a couple 100 kilograms more, but that's why I love fueling up before loading. Less math. CJ Circle Open. What is CJ? Oh, CJ Cycle. CJ Cycle. Now what kind of cycles? Dirt bikes, quads, street bikes. In the middle of nowhere over here. I predict they don't do very good on business. Well, that's kind of cool. That garage is halfway in the ground. Must stay nice and cool in the summer and nice and warm in the winter. It's getting cloudier. I had to tarp this load. It's a special looking load tarp. It's not a nice square load and not easy to tarp. It's so awkward that the tarp doesn't overlap properly on the pup. So I had to bungee the back tarp differently and throw straps over top just so that that back tarp wouldn't be a huge kite and just suck all the air up. Because I've seen trucks down the highway just ballooning out, and I refuse to be a truck like that. You can have a tarp wide open up front where you would think it would fill up with air, but you can strap it down in a way so it doesn't. Just have to think of physics. Airflow, and how's the air going to catch this kite, this huge tarp. And then pack it down in a way that it won't do that. It certainly helps that that tarp has a hole on the top. Not a huge hole, but enough to reduce the pressure under the tarp. Should put some Gorilla Tape on that hole, I think. That'd be a good idea. Should do that. Clean that tarp sometime when I have time and put some Gorilla Tape on it and see if it holds it down. Hello, Mr. Popo, or DOT. Like I said last time, we all drive the same vehicles. Anyway, I should let you guys go. I'm going to enjoy this drive again. Get to drive Highway 14. Beautiful, beautiful highway to drive. I think I quite enjoy my job. Yep, definitely enjoy my job. It'd be cool if I ran out of hours somewhere along there. I could spend a few hours there. That'd be very cool. Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad place to run out of hours along the Columbia River. Yeah. I'm hoping that's the case. We will see you tomorrow. I don't know why I'm waving to motorcyclists, but I wave to truckers and motorcyclists. Same with when I'm riding motorcycle, I'm waving to truckers and motorcyclists. And in that case, the truckers look at me, who the heck are you waving at us? But, no harm in waving. Anyway, you guys should try it sometime. Start waving at people. It's kind of fun to get one waving back at you. A lot more fun when a lot of them are waving back. But anyway, like I was saying, I'll let you guys go. Hit that thumbs up. And thanks for watching.